Hello my dear student. So today I will discuss about the chapter 2nd of chemistry of class 9, which is matter around us pure. In your previous chapter, that is in chapter 1, you have already studied about the matter. So in this chapter we will discuss about the purity of the matter. So first, what is the pure substances? What are the pure substances? The substances which are formed only one type of substance, या one type of particle or molecule is known as the pure substances. For example, iron, silver, H2SO4, CO2, etc. These all are the pure substances because they are formed only one type of elements or atoms or molecule. Now come to the impure substances. Impure substances. The substances which are formed more than one type of atoms or molecules. For example, solution of salt, which is formed by NaCl plus H2O. So these are the impure substances. For example, sugarcane. So these all are impure substances. That is the substances which are formed by the more than one atom or molecule. This is also known as mixture. Impure substances is also known as the mixture. Now pure substances is only homogeneous in nature. That is, pure substances are present in definite concentration. But impure substances can be homogeneous or heterogeneous mixture. Now come to the next topic. What is the malleability? Malleability. The property which allows the metal to be hammered or beaten into thin sheets. The property of metal which is allowed to beaten or hammered into thin sheets is known as the malleability. For example, if we beat the iron or if we beat the gold, then it forms into the sheet form. This property is known as the malleability. Now second one is ductility. The property of metal which convert it into the wire form is known as the ductility. For example, if we stretch, that is, if we stretch the iron or gold, then it converts it into the wire form. This property is known as the ductility. For example, now next one is brittleness. The property due to which non-metal break into pieces on hammering. That is, the property by which non-metal is beaten and breaks into the small pieces is known as the brittleness. So these two are the properties of metals. And this is the property of non-metal. Form into sheets and form into the wire. These form into sheets is known as malleability and form into the wire is known as the ductility. And if we beat any non-metal, then it breaks down into the small pieces is known as the brittleness. Now come to the elements. What are the elements? Next is elements. What are the elements? An element is a substance. An element is a substance which cannot be split up into two or more simpler substances by applying usual chemical method, that is heat, light or electrolysis या electric energy. That is any substance which cannot be split into two or more substances by applying normal chemical method, that is heat, light or electrical energy, is known as the elements. For example, sodium, chlorine, oxygen, sulfur, silver, etc. These all are the elements because we cannot split it into the more than one substance by applying the usual chemical method. So at present there are total 18 elements are discovered. So total 118 elements are discovered at present. So these all are the elements. Now second topic. Parts of elements. What are the parts of elements? First one is metal, second one is non-metals, and third one is metalloids. Now we will discuss about the metal, non-metal and metalloids. So first one is metal. What are the metals? A metal is an element that is malleable and ductile. That is, it is formed into the sheet and it can be formed into the wire form. So, for example, iron, copper, aluminium, zinc, these all are the metals. All the metals are solids except one metal, mercury, which is liquid. That is, all the metals are solid except mercury. These all are the solids except mercury, that is Hg, which is in the form of liquid. So mercury is a liquid and all are the solids. All the metals are solid except one metal, that is mercury. Now properties of metals. What are the properties of metals? Metals are malleable, first property. Metals are ductile. Now, metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Now, third property, metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. The conduction of heat is also called thermal conductivity. Now, next point, metals are generally hard except sodium and potassium. Metals are generally hard except sodium and potassium. Metals are usually strong. They have tensile strength. That is, they are usually strong. Metals are solid at the room temperature except mercury. Metals generally have a high melting point and high boiling point. For example, what is the boiling point of iron? This will be 15-35 degrees centigrade. So metals have high melting point and boiling point. Metals have high densities except sodium and potassium. Metals have high densities except sodium and potassium. Metals are sonorous, that is, they make a ringing sound when we strike them. When we strike the two metal, then it forms the sound. This is known as the property as sonorous. Okay, now next topic is non-metals. What are the non-metals? A non-metal is an element that is neither malleable nor ductile. A substance which is neither malleable nor ductile and does not conduct electricity is known as the non-metal. For example, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, hydrogen, oxygen, etc. These all are the non-metal. All the non-metals are solids or gases except bromine, which is present in the form of liquid. That is, all the metals are solids and gases. Solids and gases except bromine, which is present in the form of liquid. Diamond and graphite are also non-metal. They are the allotropic form of carbon. Now, next please. What are the properties of non-metal? Next topic is what are the properties of non-metal? Properties of non-metals. First property. Non-metals are non-malleable. That is, it cannot be converted into the sheet form. Second property is non-ductile. That is, non-metals cannot be converted into the wire form. That is, these are the non-ductile. Now, third property. They are the brittle. Now, fourth property. It is bad conductor of heat and electricity. These are the fourth property. Except diamond and graphite. That is, non-metals are the non-conductor of heat and electricity except diamond and graphite. That is, diamond and graphite is a non-metal and it conducts heat and electricity. Now, fifth property. Non-metals are non-lustrous. That is, they are not shiny. Non-metal does not shine. Now, next property. Sixth property. They are generally soft except diamond. Diamond is a hard non-metal except, and generally non-metals are soft. But diamond is a non-metal which is hard. Non-metal property. They are strong. They are not strong and they have tensile strength. Tensile, that means lachila. Now next is, non-metals may be solid, liquid or gases at room temperature. Now next property. They have low melting point and they have low boiling point. Except graphite, non-metals generally have low melting point and low boiling point. Except graphite, which have 3700 degrees centigrade boiling point. So generally non-metals are low. Non-metals have low boiling point and low melting point, except graphite, which has 3700 degrees centigrade boiling point. Now next property. Non-metals have generally low density except iodine. Iodine have a high density. So generally non-metals have low density except iodine. Iodine has the high density. Now next property. Non-metals are non-sonorous. That is, they do not form the sound when beaten one another. So they are the non-sonorous. Now next is metalloid. What are the metalloid? what are the metalloids? Metalloids are those substances which show some properties of metal and some properties of non-metal. That is, metalloids have some properties of metal and some properties of non-metal. For example, boron, silicon and germanium. These all are the non-metalloids because they show some properties of metals and some properties of non-metal. So these are the metalloids. Now, next is mixture. What are the mixture? First we have studied about the elements. So elements are generally three types: metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now second topic, we are going to study mixtures. So what are the mixture? A mixture is a substance which consists of two or more elements of compound not chemically combined. That is, mixture is a those substance which mix into mixture is a substance which consists of two or more elements or compound. Mixture is a substance which consists two or more elements or compound but not chemically combined. That is, it is only mixture. For example, NaCl solution. That is, in this NaCl plus water. So this is known as the mixture. Now, types of mixture. Now, what is the types of mixture? Types of mixture. First is homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture. So, what is the homogeneous mixture? Those mixture in which the substances are completely mixed together throughout the solution. Those mixture in which the substances are completely mixed together and are indistinguishable from one another are called homogeneous mixture. So all the homogeneous mixtures are known as solution. That is, in homogeneous mixture, the mixing substances are completely mixed one another. So this is known as the homogeneous mixture, and the mixing substances are comparatively distributed throughout equally distributed throughout the mixture. Now come to the heterogeneous. What is the heterogeneous mixture? What is the heterogeneous mixture? Those mixtures in which the substances remain separate and one substance is spread throughout the other substance, as small particles, droplets or bubbles, are called heteromixture. A heterogeneous mixture does not have a uniform composition throughout its mass. It has visible boundary of separation between the constituents. For example, sugar sand mixture. Sugar sand mixture. That is, if we mix sugar with sand, then we will see there are separate boundary between sugar and sand. So this mixture is known as the heterogeneous mixture. If we mix the NaCl in water, then we will see there is no separate boundary between NaCl and H2O. So this is known as the homogeneous mixture. If we mix the sand into the water, then we will see that there is a separate boundary between sand and water. we will clearly see that sand and water. So this type of mixture is known as the heterogeneous mixture. Now next is properties of mixture. What are the properties of mixture? Next one is what are the properties of mixture? Properties of mixture. A mixture can be separated into its constituent by physical process like filtration, evaporation, sublimation, distillation, solvents and magnets. That is, a mixture can be separated into its constituent. For example, if we take NaCl plus H2O mixture, then we can separate out the NaCl and water separately by the physical process like filtration, ultrafiltration, evaporation, etc. So this is the first properties of mixture. Now second, a mixture shows the properties of all the constituents present in it. That is, the properties of mixture is the properties of its constituents. That is, the properties of NaCl plus H2O mixture is the properties of NaCl and properties of H2O. That is, the properties of any mixture show the properties of its constituent properties. ठीक है? Now next property. Energy in the form of heat, light, etc. is neither given but not absorbed in the preparation of mixture. It is physical thing. That is, if we make a mixture, then energy is neither given or energy is neither take out. That is, it is a physical process. There is no heat change in the formation of mixture. Now next property. Next property. The composition of a mixture is variable. The constituent can be present in any proportion by mass. So a mixture does not have a definite formula. That is, any mixture does not have a definite formula. It can differ one to another mixture. A mixture does not have a definite melting point, boiling point. That is, any mixture cannot have definite boiling point and definite melting point. It can change if we change the constituent of the mixture. Now, a mixture is usually heterogeneous except solution and alloy, which are homogeneous. That is, generally any mixture is a heterogeneous except solution, because in the solution there is definite number and definite mass of solute and solvents. Now next one is compounds. First we have studied elements. Second we have studied mixture, and third we have to study compounds. So what are the compounds? What are the compounds? A compound is a substance made up of two or more elements chemically combined in a fixed proportion by mass. That is, any compound, it is a substance. Any compound is a substance made up of two or more elements. A compound is a substance which is made up of two or more elements which is combined in fixed proportion. Then it is known as the compound. For example, water. In this case, the atomic mass of what? Hydrogen is 1. That is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. And the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. That is, the ratio is 1:8. So in the water, hydrogen and oxygen is combined in fixed proportion. That is 1:8. So water is a compound. For example, carbon dioxide. The atomic mass of carbon is 12. The atomic mass of oxygen is 16 plus 16, that is 12:32. That is 6:3:8. This is the fixed proportion of carbon and oxygen in the carbon dioxide. So in carbon dioxide, carbon and oxygen is always combined with 3:8 form. So this is the compound. Now come to the properties of compound. What are the properties of compound? A compound cannot be separated into its component by physical method. That is, we cannot separate out the elements of any compound by physical method, that is heat, energy or light. This is the first property. Now second property. The properties of compound are entirely different from those of its constituent element. That is, the properties of any compound is totally different from its constituent. That is, for example, if we take carbon dioxide, then the properties of carbon dioxide is totally different from carbon and oxygen. That is, properties of carbon dioxide is totally different from carbon and oxygen. This is the third property. Energy is either given, either take out. That is, in the formation of compound, in the formation of any compound, we give the energy or we take the energy. So it is a energy change process. There is change in energy in the formation of any compound. Now next property. The composition of compound is fixed. The constituents are present in the fixed proportion. That is, the constituent proportion is fixed in any compound. Now a compound has a fixed melting point and boiling point. In the mixture, there were no fixed melting point or boiling point, but in the compound there are fixed melting point and fixed boiling point. So these all are the properties of compound. And last one property, the compound is always homogeneous compound. That is, the fixed proportion of constituents is present in any compound. So they are the homogeneous compounds. So this is the first part of your chapter second. Now in next video I will discuss about the second part of your chapter second.